Okay, guys, real quick, short little video. The most important thing is, though, that you read the email I sent out in detail. The email, I gave you a lot of really specific instruction, and there's some screenshots and stuff there that are really important. And you might even need to read it a couple of times before you're really clear about it. And then when you get to the end, you'll notice I ask for questions. So, yeah. Watch the video. Hopefully this is helpful, but the email, reading through the email is
when
is
we
the most
open up
important
MuseScore,
thing. Okay, so first thing,
we have to create a new score, obviously, to start our composition. Let's give it a title. You call it whatever you want, and you got to put your name in there for the composer. First of all, choosing instruments. Let's go choose instruments. Double click on that. I'm going to choose under brass a B-flat trumpet, and so I can put some chords in. Under keyboards, I'm going to choose piano. Yeah, and then you can go next and you can choose key signatures. I'm going to suggest we just choose no key signature at all, because that's C major and keeps it nice and simple. You can also set tempos here. You can say like which tempo you want. You don't have to do that. It'll just default to 120. You can also choose a time signature, but again, you don't really need to. You can tell it how many measures, how many bars to do. Again, you can delete them later, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I'm just going to go on to finish. There, look at that. Composition number 1, big, nice title with my name there as the composer. And I like to go view, zoom in, because I like to zoom in and see what I'm working on here. Okay, so first of all, with my B-flat trumpet and my piano, do you notice here the different key signature for trumpet? That's because the trumpet is a transposed instrument. So the first thing I'm going to suggest you do here is click the button concert pitch and engage that. That puts every instrument you're writing for into the key of whatever your key is. So if we're writing in C major, I can just write the same notes on piano and trumpet, and it all works. Then when I unclick concert pitch, it'll automatically transpose my instruments for me, whatever they need to be transposed to, which is fantastic, saves you all the time. So make sure concert pitch is lit up if you're using any transposed instruments before you start. Okay, so you'll see in the email that I'm asking you to write out your chord progression. So let's go to the piano here and I'm going to write out my chord progression. And I've written out F major, E minor, and then I'll go C major. So that's 4, 3, 1. Let's hear how that sounds. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, so there it is. There's my beautiful composition all done. And if you really wanted to go ahead, which I'm not asking you to do, but if you really wanted to go ahead and write some melody, make sure that concert pitch button is pressed. And then if I write notes that fit to the exact same key as the piano, like you would think that they'd be what you'd play on piano, I can unclick concert pitch, boom, look, it just transposed them for me for a trumpet player. But I can keep concert pitch plugged in, go back, and then I get to hear the trumpet too. And I didn't have to do any transposing. It did it all for me. So sweet. So there's my composition. Now, you remember in the email, which hopefully you've read in detail already, that I say you can just cut and paste it a bunch of times, because your chord progression usually repeats many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. I'm going to tell you the trick here is hold down the key Shift. This is true in a lot of applications. You hold down Shift to select bigger groups. And then with my mouse, I just press on all 3 of those bars. Now, I'm going to use Control C. And if you look under Edit, Control C, this is true in many applications. Control C means copy. So I'm going to go Control C, then I'm going to go here, and I use Control V, which you can see means paste. Okay, so and then go to the next one, paste. Look how fast I'm writing my song. My composition, isn't it amazing? Boom. Look at all the composition I've got to write melody over now. It's the same 3 chords over and over and over again. And that's what a chord progression is. That's how it works. This is how music works. And then it's going to be a matter of just writing the melody that you like over top of it. And we're going to talk about that later, not talking about melody yet. Last thing before I go for now is just showing you here. I had one student asking about I couldn't send you audio or something. And I was like, what? I didn't ask you to send me any audio. Don't send audio. If you want to export what you've done and make it into a beautiful looking PDF, you can do that and it'll give you this beautiful looking professional PDF. But if you just save it as, let's call it composition number 1, that composition there, notice the file .mscz, that composition, you can attach that to an email. It's a really small file size. Send that to me or anybody else that has this program. They can open it up. They can even open it and edit it and look at it and listen to it, hit the play button and listen to your composition. And you don't have to send any audio. Really, really simple. Okay, that's it for now, guys. We're going to be talking about melody soon. For now, read the email in close detail. Try and follow it all the way through and try and get your composition done up to having your chord progressions chosen and written out over a number of bars like this so you're ready to start working on melody. All right, take care.